Hi, I'm Amber. I haven't done a car vlog in a long time, so I'm feeling a little weird, but anyway.
And to the stylist that likes to share, here is Amber with knowledge and care. And if you like the vibe, like and subscribe.
I'm Amber. I have been doing hair for almost 20 years now, and I'm very passionate about that. I love it. I have spent those years really scooping up any bit of knowledge that I can possibly find in any way, shape, or form. I also have been teaching cosmetology in a few different ways. I worked at a couple different schools for about 4 years. And then about 9 months ago, I quit very abruptly, and it was traumatic for me because every time I say it, I'm going to cry because I really loved it and I didn't want to quit. Anyways, that's my synopsis. The reason why I quit, man, that's a big, long story, and there are lots of reasons, and I've been using my little baby platform to kind of share those reasons because I think it is a systemic issue within the beauty industry as a whole. And what is that systemic issue? The issue in general, I guess, would be what I would call the scam mentality. I think the beauty industry in general can be very toxic. Me coming from that, I can talk about the good and the bad and the ugly and, what I love. And yes, the beauty industry can be very artificial. It can be very toxic. It can be very unapologetic about it as well. Like, yeah, beauty is pain. Beauty costs. If you're not willing to put in the time, money, and energy, then you're just an ugly duckling, basically. But the other part of that I think is really toxic is the scam mentality. The scam of you need to purchase whatever to be enough. I wholeheartedly think my career is not based on that in any way, shape, or form. I'd like to think most stylists are not, using that as a tactic to sell, because that's really gross and really creepy. And that's not what beauty is about. Beauty is about finding what you love about yourself and expressing it in any way you feel you want to. Some people literally come to me just to get a haircut. It's very utilitarian. They want their hair to function in their day-to-day life. They want, their bangs not to be in their eyes. They want their hair to be able to be pulled back into a pony because they are a doctor and they need to be able to, put on their surgical gear. There are many reasons why people take care of themselves. It's called personal hygiene. It's not all about beauty, is what I'm trying to get at. Coming to the salon for some people is part of their personal hygiene routine. It is zero about vanity at all. For some people, it's 100% about vanity. And that's fine too, because you can want to look good. You can want to look your best. You can want to change your look. You can have pink hair. Who cares, Have fun with it. That's why I change my look so much. It's not about vanity. I think I'm pretty cute. That's fine. I would never call myself gorgeous. I think I have lots of things that are maybe gorgeous in some people's eyes, but some people are very unimpressed. Some people think freckles are so freaking cute. Some people, like my daughter when she was 3, was like, oh, I hope I don't get those when I grow up. She was just being honest. Everybody has their own preference. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So yeah, I don't subscribe to any beauty standard as the end all be all. I love the punk look. I love the emo look. I love the 90s girl look. There's so many looks that we can go for. Look at me. Today I'm I don't know, biker chick, rocker chick. I don't know what you'd call this. Me playing dress up basically, because that's kind of what I do. maybe it stems from me being a theater kid. You know, none of what you do in theater is vanity. You're trying to play a part, you're trying to look a part, you're trying to play a role, and it's fun. And that's kind of more my perspective of it. The other biggest part of what I think is important in my industry is the healing aspect. I think that, to me, this might make me teary again, that's the most powerful thing, is when I can help somebody feel better. And sometimes it's just about getting somebody to wash your hair for you. It's so healing. It's so nice. Just that tender, loving care, that human contact. We need that. Like, it's in our DNA. It's important. And I love being able to, you know, do that for people. And some people, I work with people like this. I've seen people like this. They are giving you a service, and that's it. And there has nothing to do with relaxation. It's just, it is what it is. To me, you know, you can go either way with that. There's like I said, there's the utilitarian. I just want my hair cut. I don't need a massage. I don't need a good scrub. I just want you to cut my hair, rinse off the pokies, and get me out the door. That's fine. There's some stylists like that. There are some customers like that. They go great together. I don't mind customers like that. Sometimes, man, I don't want to sit there and massage and stuff too. I'm just not in the mood, or whatever. But every time I have a client that is giving my focus, I make sure I get in that mood. I take that time to refocus. This is my client. I don't want my bad vibes going on in here, translating to that massage, that tender loving care. I don't want them to feel my bad energy. So I need to recenter myself and give them my best. And that's good for me too, as a person and as a stylist, and it's good for my clients, and we all enjoy it. So that's my thoughts on that. But back to the scam central part of it, it's very easy to get sucked into the scammy side of the beauty industry. I see that now more than ever after working at a couple different schools, because when you work at the schools, you are, then you're more involved in the beauty community in whatever, state or whatever town that school is in, even the country, because both of the schools that I worked with were involved pretty heavily in their schools' associations, and that is national. So then you get to be involved with education that is a national, that's nationally spread, and so then you are in classes with people from all over the place, all over your state, all over the country even. So you get to meet and see different parts of the industry that I don't think I was 100% aware of when it was just me chair renting. I've gone out of my way in the last 20 years to literally seek out every different aspect of this industry, because I knew my end goal was to be in education, because that's my passion. Even before I knew I wanted to do hair, I thought I was going to be an art teacher. So I like to still think that I am an art teacher, just the art of hair. But anyways, yeah, so I got to get back to my train of thought here. Yeah, so I specifically seeked out all sorts of different aspects of this industry to really be able to then share with my students as much as I could and have actual real world experience in those different areas. Makeup artistry, doing fashion shows, doing print work for magazines, for doing headshots. I tried to do it all. Movies, just a little bit of everything. I never was a big area of my career, except I would say the event, hair and makeup, weddings especially, but even avant-garde, costumey kind of events. So that's probably what I would call my specialty, although I'm amazing at hairstyling in general and haircuts in general. I'm pretty decent at coloring. I've kind of feel like I've lost my passion for coloring. over the years, and I'm just really honing my passion for makeup and styling right now and seeing where that leads, personally. But also I've been trying to see what I can do with this whole social media thing, and you know, switch from teaching in person to sharing what I have all in here with whoever's willing or wanting to listen. So the scary side, or the scammy side, is there, and I'm hoping to do more about that. I've been kind of hesitant to really go deep with it because I feel like I don't want to misspeak or talk bad about my industry. You know, I don't really like that whole dogging on other salons kind of mentality, but I do think there are ways that I could talk about general practices within the beauty community and kind of red flag it, which I have done in my YouTube videos. If you've gone back and watched them, I've mentioned, you know, scammy salons, and I have put out a few, you know, brand names. I'm getting all stuttery now. Yeah, this is what gets me when I start talking about all this scam stuff. I get all like, I don't want to get sued. I don't want to be in trouble. I don't want to talk shit either. Like, that's part of it. Like, I've always had the mentality, you shouldn't just sit around and complain. Like, what are you going to do about it? What's the solution? If you're going to complain, you need to have a solution. Hopefully my solution is just raising awareness that there are salons out there that are not in the best interest of a stylist. They're in the best interest of themselves. A lot of commission salons are like that. Schools don't want you to know it, but commission salons are very rarely a way to make a career out of doing hair. There are some good ones, and if you're charging enough, yeah, even if the salon takes half of it, then you're still making enough, and that's great. But then you're charging a lot of money, and there's a whole nother thing to that side of the beauty industry, where are you charging more than you're worth? And some of the salons that charge the most, I see some of the, you know, sketchiest work from. Sorry to say. And you know how I've seen it? From corrections. You know, you see it. So we know what salons are the good salons. We know what salons do the bare minimum and charge a lot, you know. So within the industry, we all know. So I'm just wanting to let these young stylists or people who are interested in the beauty industry know the good, bad, and the ugly, because then you have more awareness of what you're dealing with, and then you can make more informed decisions. So if you're interested in this content, let me know so I can share more and give you more real life stories. I like to think I'm pretty fair. You know, I can see both sides of the coin, and I'm willing to discuss, you know, the good side of each. I do think some of these salons that are commissioned are awesome ways to get started. But in the end, after 5-10 years, you're probably going to want to go to chair rental. That's just the trajectory of most stylists' careers. The ones that stay at the commission salons have found one that fits them, their family, and their life, and that's wonderful. Sometimes I think to myself, if I don't want to try to fly into a salon like that, because having to deal with buying my own backstock and all that is annoying. I'd love to just show up to work, cut some hair, and be on with my day and not think twice about making sure I have supplies for color and all that. Yeah, so I can appreciate that side as well, but I also can see the downside if you get sucked into the wrong situation. So yeah, let me know if that's something you're interested in, and I will share more. Yeah. And thanks for listening to me babble on, and hopefully it's all encouraging, you know, to somebody, and positive, even though I'm complaining a bit. I'm complaining with a purpose, hopefully. Thanks. Bye.